We're live.
Shayna's got a plan, no need to fret. Found a way to help that you won't forget. Doctors lost the answers, but she found the key. Empowering ladies, setting us free. Battling the storm with courage and grace. Shayna's got the wisdom to help you embrace. No more relying on pills they don't know. She's got the strength to help you grow. Feel the power rising inside. Shayna's guidance right by your side. Life's getting brighter step by step. With Shayna's touch, you're gonna prep. Feel the power rising inside. Shayna's guidance right by your side. Life's getting brighter step by step. With Shayna's touch, you're gonna prep. Medicine shelves are emptying out. Finding real strength, that's what it's about. No more prescriptions tying you down. With Shayna's help, you'll wear the crown. Ladies, hear the call, it's time to rise. Shayna lifts the veil, opening eyes. No more shadows breaking your day. With her wisdom, fight pain away. Broken paths don't mean you're lost. Shayna shows to bear through the cost. Healing hearts one smile at a time. With Shayna, you'll shine forever and feel the power rising inside. Shayna's guidance right by your side. Life's getting brighter step by step. With Shayna's touch, you're gonna prep. Finding the strength deep inside. Shayna Melissa takes us on this ride from suffering to a life so free. Her healing touch, she'll set you free with the heart. Hey guys! Living longer, can we? How do we? What everyday things are killing us, and why not to use regenerative medicine? That's what we're going to talk about today. I am Shayna Melissa Stockton, 30 plus year registered nurse, nationally board certified nurse practitioner, an autoimmune warrior, the autoimmune expert who empowers mostly ladies to get and feel better while reducing or even eliminating their reliance on meds. All right, and today we're going to talk about longevity and regeneration. Now, if you look at this slide here, lifespan used to be increasing every year. See, lifespan is the number of years you can expect to live on average as a female or a male in your country. And for many years, our lifespan was increasing where we were living longer and longer and longer. And several years ago, I actually said that our lifespan will soon decrease and our children will be the first generation to live not as long as the parents. And that has been happening the past few years. Our lifespan, with all the modern medicine today, has actually decreased. And there's also something about lifespan versus health span. See, we want to live longer, but I don't want to just live longer. I also want to have a longer health span, how healthy I am for how many years. The CDC has showed that male average life expectancy in the US for this year, supposedly on average, is 75, and for women, 84. But if you look at this graph right here, it's showing several countries, including Australia, Canada, UK, high income countries, and the US. Every year, our lifespan was increasing, except for the past few years. And especially in the US, it tanked more than even those other countries. So there's something we're doing wrong. Look at that US, how that line is at the bottom there of these other countries. And why isn't our health span as good when we're spending billions of dollars every single year? So, now we're going to talk a little bit about regenerative medicine. That's why I have those keys there and the genes. The keys are in our genes. Regenerative medicine is a hot new topic, and it combines using stem cells and or plasma cells, also tissue engineering and gene therapy, DNA therapy, to repair, replace, regenerate disease or damaged tissue or organs to help heal. Now, there's stem cells, there's plasma cells, there's activating key genes and genetic highways in your body. Now, these stem cells, there's big differences between stem cells and plasma cells. And I want to share a little bit with you because some people think, oh, I'm in so much pain, I'm just going to save my money and do stem or plasma cells once. Often these therapies need to be repeated again and again and again. So people that only saved up their life savings to do one therapy and that's all they have, they need to look at other options with myself. Now, the stem cells, you can get those cells from yourself or from a donor, where the plasma cells you usually get from yourself. And the difference is this: when you get stem cells from a donor, you could potentially reject them, almost like the patients that are on have organ transplants. They might reject someone else's gene. So it's important to know, don't just say, oh, let me get plasma cells or stem cells. Your body, if you're given cells from a donor, you can reject them as if someone was rejecting an organ. Or even with the mandate where there was the RNA, the genes put in there, you can have rejections to that and have autoimmune disorders start for the very first time or even re-flare up. So it's important to know, are the cells coming from you or a donor where you might reject? And if it's coming from a donor, is it embryonic cells or is it an adult with their from their bone marrow or their fat? I love this picture. This is how new my slides are. The keys are in your genes. I see the eyeballs on us. Please drop down below where you're tuning in from if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, and please click that share button because your other treasured loved ones are going to want to know what toxins they can stay away from that they've been exposing themselves to every day. Now, the keys are in your genes. So drop us down below if you're loving this ad or hating this ad. But it's true. A lot of the power is in our DNA, our RNA, and our genes. Now, if you look here, this next slide shows us the difference a lot between stem and plasma cells. They both usually need repeat treatment. So again, it's important to know, don't waste your life savings on one treatment thinking it's one and done. Know, is it from you or from a donor? Stem cells usually regenerate damaged tissue. They could be from yourself or a donor. Usually, if you can give yourself the cells, that's better because you don't risk any chance of infection from a donor or rejection where you're going to get an autoimmune flare up. And it's important to know, if you get it from a donor, is it embryonic cells? Is it adult from marrow or fat? And the plasma cells usually stimulate healing and are usually your own cells. So the plasma cells, because they're your own, you're not going to reject them. And because you don't need a donor, they're usually cheaper. They might, in some cases, be a little less effective, but if they're saving you a lot of money and no chance of rejection, it is a better option for you. And please, guys, nothing against Mexico, but stop going to Mexico to get stem and plasma cells. I know other countries could be cheaper, but the problem is, one, you're going out of the country to unsafe areas sometimes. You don't know if you're going to come back. And also, a lot of times when you go to these other countries, you don't know if they're real doctors and what you're getting injected, if it's real stem or plasma cells. And keep in mind, these therapies, if they do work for you, which sometimes they don't, they are very temporary fixes. Now, we're in my kitchen. This is my real kitchen, not a backdrop. There are toxins all around our kitchens, our bathrooms, our living rooms, and our bedrooms. And I want to show some of them to you. Some of them you can stay away from, others are harder to avoid. So, in the kitchen, we have plastic containers. Try not to use them. We have plastic Ziploc bags. Then we're using plastic saran wraps and plastic water bottles. They give off these PBAs and phthalates that leach into the food and your drinking water. Instead, when you can, here, like I'm using a glass. Or instead, I put, like here, I put my lemon in a mug and look how perfectly the plate below the mug fits right on top. I believe that's what those grooves are for. Check that out. So instead of a plastic container, and then here I did that with my ceramic. This is my fresh cilantro. And I just put a plate with the grooves on top, right? No plastic. We don't want to put plastic in microwaves, even if it says microwave safe. It's still the heat leaches the chemicals and the phthalates into your food. And then also we use microwave. Guys, stop using steamed vegetables in microwave bags because that's leaching the chemicals into your food. Please stop using those boil in a bag rice. That is plastic and the heat is no good. Even with your tin foil, aluminum foil, and the tins, it's not as bad if it's cold food, you put it in there. But if you are cooking in those aluminum tins, the chemicals are leaching in and the metals, and it's not good. So please try to use ceramic glass when possible. Also, there's a lot of people are using plastic forks, spoons, knives, and it's especially no good when you're eating hot food, hot soup, because those chemicals are leaching into the foods. Even paper plates and bowls often have a plastic lining, and if you stick it in the microwave or put hot food, those things are leaching into your food. Even canned foods, right? Canned foods, they often, that aluminum can often has a plastic lining. Even in your Pepsi and Coca-Cola, the aluminum can has a plastic lining in it. Or you get those plastic Coca-Cola bottles, or you get the processed foods, right? The M&Ms has red, blue, yellow, green dyes, artificial colors, sweeteners, preservatives in your food. I don't want to just tell you to stay away. I just want to enlighten you to healthier options like glasses, like ceramic dishware. Now, it's important if you're using mugs. I just picked this up. This is lead tester. A lot of the mugs you might get, especially if you're going to like the dollar store, they might have lead. And this lead tester are swabs where you swab it and get instant results. This one has 30 count swabs in here. And there are scanners you can get. It's important to beware and swap things out when you can. Use ceramic, use glass. Teflon pans, right? They're thinking that's leaching into your food. Air fryers, we thought they were good, but what happens is the air fryers were going on fire. So now they're sprayed with flame retardant chemicals that when you heat the air fryer, it's giving you those chemicals in the air. So you're better off steaming if you can. And then also watch the cleaning products you use. I use a lot of lemon juice, baking soda, even apple cider vinegar or peroxide. It's a lot healthier on you. You're not getting in aerosol fumes and nasty things you don't need. And also you have to watch that there's fluoride in the water, which ties to heavy metals. And like my refrigerator, our refrigerators have filters, but they don't filter out a lot of the medications that end up in our drinking water. And they don't filter out a lot. Now, here, distilled water, there's all different versions. We don't have time to get into it today. You can get a water distiller. That takes hours to make a few gallons. It's a little bit loud. I did try one. And it does pull out the minerals. It pulls out all the heavy metals. but it also pulls out minerals. You can get certain filters, get ones that are better than your refrigerator. Make sure you have them in your bathroom and your shower head as well. And you can consider reverse osmosis or alkaline water. And there's pros and cons into all of them. Please do your own research. Reach out to me to ask me what I use. Now let's move on to the living room. Oh my God. And guys, please share this with everyone you know and love so they can eliminate some of these toxins, because I would rather prevent your disorder today than treat it tomorrow. So off to the living room. We have these toxins lurking everywhere. We have scented candles that often have fragrances, plug-in air fresheners, matte waxes that melt. They often have synthetic fragrances, paraffins, toxins, and then sometimes you use those aerosol like Febreze. No, we're inhaling this stuff. It's no good. Our couches and our carpets now are often sprayed with flame retardants. So please, when you buy a new couch, check into it if it was sprayed for flame retardant. Those are bad chemicals that you don't want to lay on all the time. Put your bare feet on. They contain formaldehyde, right? That's what we embalm dead people with. We don't need it while we're alive. Now there's paints, there's varnishes, they release things into the air as well. We also have to watch our electronics. I try to put my phone on not 5G, on 4G. I put it on airplane mode when possible. I keep it far away. At night, I have it on airplane mode and off at the other side of the house. I'm even considering turning off my Wi-Fi every night because I have a hardwired router. Also, there's pet dander and dust. You can tear up some of your rugs for natural hardwood floors, because a lot of people want those plastic floorings that look like wood for easier maintenance. But now you're walking barefoot all the time on those microplastics. Not good. Now let's move over to the bathroom. The dirty truth about the bathroom. First, fluoride in toothpaste. We don't need it. Did you ever notice it says, don't swallow? Why? You tell me, put it in my mouth and not swallow. It's tied to heavy metals. A lot of times we don't need it. It has hormone disruptors in there. A lot of our shampoos, conditioners, cleansers, and moisturizers, as well as sunblocks, have carcinogens in them. There's something called parabens. And you can't just look at it in the ingredient because it's on the inactive ingredient, and often it's hard to find. Try to get ones that are paraben free. Parabens have been linked to toxins. Why do you think the past several years we have been increasing sunblocks? Increasingly use sunblocks, but so are the skin cancers increasing. Like, yes, there's a little more diagnosing going on, but they did a study and they recently found the highest exposure sun areas are like people living in states like Hawaii, but they have less skin cancer there than people in like Iowa or someplace where it's colder, because people are putting some of these sunblocks on their largest organ, their skin, and it contains paraben, which is linked to cancer. So please use paraben free, mineralized. Ask me what I use. Hairsprays too, they're aerosols. We don't need them that contain phthalates. Instead, use a little bit of coconut oil in your hair. Aluminum dioxide is in a lot of your makeup. You know what I put on for anti-shine? A little bit of baking soda. Right? Air fresheners, don't use them instead of those plug-ins and those aerosols. What happens if you take your flowers that are dying, you dry them out and make a fresh potpourri, put it in a little bowl? Vinyl shower curtains, those are like plastics that heat up in your hot shower. And the vinyl toilet seats, get rid of them. There's hard toilet seats that are not made of those vinyls. Also, to cut down on mold, make sure you have good ventilation. You turn that vent on. There's so many things we could do preventatively. I would rather prevent your disorder today than try to treat it tomorrow. All right, moving right along. Oh my God. Bedroom. Let's go over. Come on. Let's go to the bedroom. Now, a lot of things steal your sleep, right? It's that Wi-Fi that's on. Put it on airplane mode. Turn your phone off. Even turn your router off. Put your phone on the other side of the house. In the mattresses and the pillows, a lot of times they're flame retardant chemicals. Try to get them without flame retardant chemicals. Try to use organic cotton when you can. Get rid of those scented candles and plug in. Use those dried out flowers that you have as a natural potpourri. Please try not to use harsh deodorants, detergents, and fabric softeners, because if you're smelling the fabric softener, that means it's going into your lungs, and those are harsh chemicals. They're not good. To keep down the dust mites, I actually vacuum my mattress periodically. I put a mattress cover on it as well that I can throw in the wash and wipe down. And try to use hardwood floors instead of the plastic or vinyl flooring, and instead of those rugs that hold on to the dust. And maybe try to keep some of your pets out, especially if you're allergic to dogs and have dogs, at least keeping them out of the bedroom. Now, these toxins, they are all around us, and some of us, we can't avoid some of them. Check out these free radicals. These free radicals are from planes, trains, automobiles. You can avoid some of it. Maybe you can not smoke, right? But planes, trains, automobiles are all around us. You fly on a plane, you get more radiation. They put you through the body scanner at the airport. I will not let them put me through that body scanner. I say pat me down, because that is radiation we do not need. Those people, a lot of them are not trained adequately, and they are telling you it's not radiation, but it is. How else do they illuminate my internal organs? So I do not do the body scanner at the airport. I'm not smoking. I'm trying to limit my phone use. Also, guys, don't jump to get a CAT scan and an x-ray if you don't need it. If you think you sprained a ligament, it's not going to show up on an x-ray. Those tests produce radiation, and a lot of them want to give you contrast to swallow or an IV. And those are heavy metals that stay in you for many, many, many years. So I'm not saying not to get your screening tests, but use them with precaution. All right, now these free radicals accumulate in your body. They're linked to over 100 diseases and disorders, including 9 of the top 10 leading causes of death in the U.S. Cancer, diabetes, heart disease, pneumonia, flu. They are no good. They cause cellular inflammation. Cellular inflammation is never, ever, ever good. Now, when they accumulate in your organs, look what happens. When they accumulate in your lungs, you can get asthma, allergies. When they accumulate in your brain, check out this next slide. You can end up with MS. So these free radicals accumulate in your organs, and we get them quicker than we can get rid of them. And if they accumulate in your thyroid, you might have Hashimoto's hypothyroidism. These are just a few of the over 100 diseases and disorders that are linked to these free radicals and oxidative stress causing cellular inflammation. These ones in particular are autoimmune related. The lupus in the skin, eczema, psoriasis, in the intestines, IBS, celiac, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, rheumatoid, MS. These ones right here are autoimmune. Now, look at the key is in your genes. There are ways now that we can look at your genes and activate certain genetic highways and certain genetic switches to attack those root causes, to reduce free radical damage, to reduce oxidative stress, to reduce, knock down cellular inflammation in almost half. We can help your body build more of the good defenses that we need to by turning on these genetic switches. So the keys are definitely in our genes. Check out this mitochondria right here. They are required for your cells to live, but these toxins and free radicals bombard the mitochondria in our cells that are required for our cells to live. They cause malfunction, destruction, and they're required for the cells to produce the energy they need to work efficiently. Now, check out this flashlight, the cell phone, the laptop, and the car battery here. The mitochondria in your cells produce the energy that are required for the cells to function correctly and live. And it's like the energy in these devices. When we don't have enough energy, they don't work correctly, right? Your flashlight, if it doesn't have enough energy, it's dim. Your car might not even start if the battery doesn't have enough juice. So it's important that we need the mitochondria to produce the energy for the cells to work efficiently, proficiently, and even live. Now, these toxins, I was saying, they accumulate around us from everything, from dyes, colors, fillers, preservatives, parabens, in our shampoos, our conditioners, microwaves, cell phones, planes, trains, automobiles. We go for mammos and CAT scans and MRIs and nuclear stress tests. these toxins accumulate. And when toxins accumulate, they cause toxicity. Toxicity, poison to our cells. That is no good. But again, the key is in our genes. There are ways we can activate certain genes and genetic highways and genetic switches so that our body revs up production of these good defenses it used to. Our super potent antioxidants, makes more mitochondria, detoxifies the cell so we can absorb more of the bad. So I hope this enlightened you on some of the things. Now, I don't expect you to have caught all of it, but even if you just made one or two little tweaks, that's so much further than you would have been. Maybe just go on Amazon and get yourself some lead testers and check that mug that you're drinking out of every single day. And if it has lead, toss it to the curb. Maybe get yourself a water filter. Or perhaps instead of the Tupperware, you're putting like your lemons in a mug with the plate on top. Or you're putting your fresh cilantro in ceramic with a plate on top. So these little lifestyle tweaks all add up. It's like if you did 10 sit-ups a day, right? Or a 4-minute happy dance. 10 sit-ups a day is 3,650 at the end of the year. It doesn't sound like a lot, but these little things add up. And they're thinking nowadays, the average person with Alzheimer's has the equivalent of a spoon of plastic in their brain and nervous system. So all these little amounts add up. So please use a ceramic plate. Try to steam instead of the microwave. Try to stay away from toxins you can, like those fragrances. Try to use fresh potpourri. Try to clean maybe with the lemon and the baking soda and the apple cider vinegar. I get better cleaning results with those without any harsh chemicals. They work a lot better too. So I hope this helps you. Please, if you haven't already, drop down below a heart, a like, a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's very important so that you see our message as well as helping support the channel so others can see our message. And can't forget this. Get on the wait list now. We just opened up the doors for our live Reclaim Your Life. Woo, 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 woo. Super workshop. It's going to be fun and interactive, and it's going to be really cool. We raffle off prizes with the randomizer at the end. So we literally just recently opened the doors for the wait list. So drop your email there at worldwellnessexpert.com/reclaim or scan that QR code. If you're watching right now from your laptop, take your cell phone, scan that QR code, or just go to that website, worldwellnessexpert.com/reclaim. Then you will be one of the first to get notified to claim your no cost or VIP seats. I decided to have both this time, no cost and VIP seats. So what you can do is go to worldwellness.com/reclaim. Submit your email, then keep an eye out on your inbox, even your spam and promo folder. Then you'll be notified of the upcoming date, time, and you can either secure your free seat or level up to VIP. Level up to VIP is going to include a lot of cool perks. We're going to give you the biohacker tracker, a 20-page digital and printable blueprint with the notes, and a mini discovery consult with me as well for less than I would spend on a lunch. So I hope to see you on the live Reclaim Your Life super workshop. It's very important. There's a lot of information I squeezed in less than a half hour. We're going to take a deeper dive. So if this interests you and you want to recap of some of it and you want a deeper dive in how can I get rid of that free radical damage? How can I reduce my cellular inflammation? How can I get rid of the toxins? How can I make more mitochondria? How can I activate the genes? Then definitely right now, before you forget, go and get onto the wait list at worldwellnessexpert.com/reclaim, and then make sure you keep an eye out on your inbox. Please share that link with all your treasured loved ones who want to avoid the and who want to have symptoms, that want to get better, feel better, or they just want to be proactive bone getting diseases and disorders, and especially my autoimmune warriors. The upcoming workshop, if you have medical mysteries, autoimmune disorders, symptoms, you don't want them, try a talking code, or you're just ready to reclaim your life, I hope to see you there. High five. So, thank you for tuning in. Click the subscribe button. Share this with others so they can join the wait list too. And most importantly, get on that wait list now, because often we put things off till tomorrow and then they never ever happen. How many times did you put things off till tomorrow and then you kick yourself? Oh man, I wish I did that. Oh, I wish I invested in, I don't know, Apple, Facebook, Google, whatever it is, right? There's so many times that we postpone things and then never did them and then kicked ourselves. Don't let this be another time that you kick yourself, because there's no cost seats and there's VIP seats. So the choice is yours. Stay stuck where you are, or learn a little more, level up, and claim your no cost or VIP seat now while you still can. So that's all I got to say. That's your call to action. World Wellness Expert /reclaim. All you do is drop your name and your email, and then keep an eye out on your inbox, especially your promo folder. It might be going there too. And if it is market, not spam, not promo, then you're going to mark your calendars and invite all those you care about, all your treasured loved ones, to get on the wait list too, so that you guys can do this together. It's fun and interactive. And when you do it with more people, you have accountability partners, right? You're like, hey, did you do this yet? Hey, did you get rid of your Tupperware? Did you buy ceramic glassware? And when you do it with an accountability partner, it makes it a little easier for you, because they can help remember you, maybe nudge you and nag you a little bit. So I hope that helps you. I thank you for all the viewers, all the subscribers, for tuning in, listening for the full half hour. High five! Stay tuned next week. We're going to have a very special guest. Can't wait to see you here next week. So, again, just get on the wait list, worldwellnessexpert.com/reclaim. Be well, bye, back, and I'll see you then.
Finding the strength deep inside. Shana Melissa takes us on this ride from suffering to a life so free. Her healing